Do you ever wonder about the universe? You know, like, how do stars work? How did it all begin? And what is Madonna doing in space? For the answers, stay tuned as we uncover the things you need to know about the universe. How did the universe begin? Everyone knows the universe started with a bang so big, it's called the Big Bang. It happened everywhere in the universe at the same time and was the beginning of everything we know, space, matter, and even time itself.
Well, the thing is with the Big Bang, it wasn't so much actually a bang. In fact, the term Big Bang was kind of a bit of a joke, really.
But it wasn't really an explosion in the way that we understand explosions to be. It was something called a singularity, where time and space were sort of fused together, if you like. And then it was a period of very, very massive expansion, and that's why it's seen as an explosion. But technically and physically, it wasn't really.
So not an explosion as such, but it's what we think started, and it describes the evolution of how everything then came about.
In 1929, astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that distant galaxies are actually moving away from us, and the furthest galaxies are moving away faster than the closer ones. So logically, all these galaxies started from one tiny central point, what we now call the Big Bang.
The universe used to be much smaller than it is today, and originally the idea was it might have actually been infinitesimally small, but these days we tend to think of it as starting very small but not actually at an infinitesimal point.
Further proof was found by two young scientists in the 1960s when their new radio telescope seemed to be faulty due to a constant annoying hiss. They checked the telescope from top to bottom and finally pinned the blame on some resident pigeons and their droppings. They swept the dish and evicted the birds, but the hiss was still there. This hiss was in fact cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMB, which is the heat and light left over from immediately after the Big Bang. It's travelled over 270,000 billion miles to reach us and has slowly cooled on its long journey.
The simplest way to think about it, it's like the echo of the Big Bang.
At the beginning of time, in the very early universe, all sorts of particles were created, amongst them the particles that you and I are made out of, and other more exotic particles, and as well a lot of radiation